I, Addison Gatobu Gitonga, do solemnly swear that the evidence that I shall give before this committee in respect of the matters before this committee shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God.
Thank you, Chair, for the opportunity. For the record, my name is Elias Mutuma, counsel appearing on instructions of the governor. Mr. Harrison, kindly, again for the record, state your full names.
My name's Harrison Gatobu Gitonga.
Do you also go by any other names?
Yes.
What other names do you go by?
Njamba Mbithe Harrison Gitonga.
Would you care to explain the origin and status of your second name?
It was a nickname, but I saw an affidavit and it was gazetted on 2nd of December.
So you're in the process of changing your name?
Yes.
So is it your testimony that in some instances you might have signed certain documents using your new name that has already been gazetted?
Yes.
Thank you very much. What role do you play in the county government of Meru?
I'm the chief of staff and the private secretary to the governor of Meru County.
And what are your roles as the chief of staff? What are your functions? Kindly state them for the record.
Management of a diary and overseeing all functions and activities in the office of the governor, as well as receiving all respondences from all quarters to the office of the governor.
Is that all?
Managing the staff that is in the office of the governor and communicating from the office of the governor to the other quarters.
Chair, with your permission, may I get directions on time? I did not get the directions.
Thank you. Ask for time. How much time do you want?
2 hours, Chair. I recall that we have a total of 3.5 hours for both examination in chief and the cross-examination. So I can have 2 hours now. Counsel for the respondent can have a bit of it, then some remainder of it goes to re-examination.
You want the counsel for the county assembly to have part of your 2 hours, or what do you mean?
No. That is just purely for my examination in chief.
Okay.
Yes.
Chairman.
Though I know I might not even need the entire time.
Chairman, with your permission, Wakili, I presume that we are going to be relying on this witness statement that is volume 3?
Correct, and the affidavit that he has sworn.
Where's the affidavit?
We filed that affidavit yesterday.
Yeah, we have advised you from yesterday that if you want us to follow your case, whenever you are bringing your witness there, you refer us to the documents that you will be relying. Counsel, I raise this because I only have the witness statement, and that witness statement has 8 paragraphs. You want to tell us you will be taking us through 8 paragraphs in 2 hours?
Not really. There is an affidavit sworn by the witness on 26th of December 2022. The same was filed yesterday, pursuant to the leave granted by this committee. Perhaps the Secretariat can share the same with...
Okay, Chair.
Thank you.
Chair.
Thank you. Yes. Is there somebody calling?
Yes.
Yes, Mandago.
Chair, the document the council is referring to, I want to presume is the one that is unmarked, so the document should be marked for ease of referencing.
My apologies again. We were preparing this document while we were still proceeding with this hearing yesterday. That ought to be volume 4, because we have volume 1, 2, 3, and 4. So for the record, that ought to be referred as volume 4.
Chair, there are two supplementary documents. Which one is volume? There are two. The bigger one.
Okay. This is a management issue. It will not stop us from proceeding. I want to ask one of your councils to approach the chair so that we guide them on how to manage these documents as you proceed. Council for the County Assembly, you have heard, you're being asked to take some time. Yes. Today we're very strict with time. Yeah.
Chair, we will need 1.5 hours minimum if this is the sole witness, because my assumption is if he is the sole witness, then he is the one that will speak to every allegation in the impeachment motion and every claim made by the governor in response to that impeachment motion. So we pray that you give us 90 minutes of cross-examination.
Very good. This special committee of the Senate will not gag anybody. We therefore give you 120 minutes, 2 hours, and the County Assembly, you have 90 minutes plus an extra 10 minutes should you need it. Governor, you have been in office for that long, but just 64 days after being in office, your colleagues who are elected by you, I mean alongside with you, are asking the Senate that you go away forever just after 64 days. And they have not just come shouting, they have come with 62 grounds. I'm therefore giving you 2 hours to move slowly, meticulously. You discharge yourself on each and every one of those 62 counts. We will allow you. And members of County Assembly will further allow you to ensure that you prove your case on every count. Witness.
Chair. Just to assist colleagues, I think that we have the document, just that for the purpose of colleagues in the committee, volume 3 is of course well marked, but then there is an affidavit which is not marked, but it is there. So just check on your files, you'll have it.
That is exactly why I asked them to approach the chair. Already an instruction has been given so that they are marked quietly as the sitting is going on. And members, unless something is out of order, if we can manage to be silent for 2 hours, it will be very useful. But if something is out of order, draw my attention, we'll do it. If it is something that is not out of order, approach the chair, we sort it out kienyeji, as they say in Kiswahili. Yes, proceed.
Thank you, Chair, for the guidance. Mr. Harrison Katobu.
Yes.
You were explaining your other duties, especially you're wearing the hat of the private secretary to the governor. What other duties do you discharge?
The other duties, I'm always the MC of the functions that the governor attends.
By the MC, you mean Master of Ceremony?
Yes.
Proceed.
I'm also present in the meetings that are held by governor, either in office or in the public or outside the office.
Does that include all the meetings where the governor is appearing? Your presence will also be there?
Yes.
So then you have a personal knowledge of all the incidences that the governor is accused of?
Yes.
Am I right to suggest that you have a close working relationship with the governor.
Yes.
Have you had the occasion to read the notice of motion for impeachment of the governor?
Yes.
Both at the county assembly and before this select committee?
Yes.
Are you aware of all the charges facing the governor?
Yes.
How many are they in number?
62.
62 charges in total.
The charges were 5, but they had the small ones, the specific ones, 62.
62 of them. Have you had an opportunity to read the governor's response on each of those charges?
Yes.
You will agree with me that the bulk of the allegations and charges are in respect of illegal appointments, nepotism, and so on.
Yes.
As the person in charge of staff, does it concern you when the governor is accused of illegal appointments? Is that within your docket?
Yes, it is.
It is within your docket.
Yes.
So when you came across the accusations touching on illegal appointments and nepotism, did you take any action as the chief of staff?
Yes.
What action did you take specifically in respect to the allegation of the first gentleman of Meru being appointed to a county office? What step did you take?
First, I confirmed that there is no a public office that he was appointed to, and to do that, there is no office, either in my office or office of the governor or anyone under that capacity in the team that I lead in the office of the governor.
So it is your evidence that the first gentleman is not one of the staff
He is
that
not.
work for the county assembly under you?
He is not.
Has there been any office, physical office, where the first gentleman of Meru has been given a space to operate in? By the
No.
governor of Meru?
No.
Have you come across any letter of appointment touching on the appointment of the first gentleman?
No.
Has the first gentleman given any instructions that you are aware of in respect of any functions within the county?
No.
Did you ever seek to clarify the issue of the appointment of the first gentleman with any office, specifically the office of the County Public Service Board?
Yes.
Can you kindly give this committee the benefit of that evidence where you sought that clarification? Is there any document to support that assertion?
Yes. They are attached in the reply from the governor.
And by this, you're talking of volume 2?
Yes.
What page are we talking about? Honorable members, I'm referring to volume 2 of the governor's response. Specifically page 48 to 77 of that bundle. Kindly point to the committee where your letter or any communication to the County Public Service Board touching on the appointment of the first gentleman appears.
Thank you, Chair, honorable members. When I got this information, I wrote the first letter to the Secretary Public Service Board.
What is the date of that letter?
22nd of November.
What did you inquire from the County Public Service Board?
I was requesting to know about the arranged appointment of the first gentleman and a few other people that I listed in my letter.
Did you get a response from the County Public Service Board?
Yes,
Where
but I need to say the same letter was copied to other offices.
Thank you. Can you indicate whether you got a response from the office of the County Public Service Board.
Yes, I got a letter,
And what was the date of that response?
23rd of November.
23rd of November.
Yes.
And what was the response that is contained in that letter?
The response from the Public Service Board is that the first gentleman was not employed by the Public Service Board.
Thank you very much. Did you take any other step to confirm whether the first gentleman is drawing any remuneration of any kind from the county government of Meru?
Yes.
And how did you do that confirmation?
I indeed a letter to the payroll manager.
Yes. Where is that letter? In your bundle of documents, still at volume 2?
Yes.
What page is it?
Is page page 54.
54 of a bundle. Is that your letter? Are you sure?
That is the response that I got.
Yes. And what was the response from the payroll master?
Is that they are not in the payroll.
Then he is not in the payroll.
Yes, he is not in the payroll.
Thank you. But we have seen the governor making statements to the effect that he has appointed the first gentleman. First of all, were you present when that announcement was made?
Yes.
What was the occasion when that pronouncement was made? And if you also recall the date, kindly tell us the date of that pronouncement.
It was 30th of October,
Which year?
2022.
What was the occasion?
That is the time that governor was naming the CECs.
The CECs, were there any other offices that were being named on that day apart from CECs?
Yes.
What other offices were being named?
The advisors to the governor.
The advisors to governor.
Yes.
Is that the occasion where the first gentleman was pronounced to be appointed by the governor?
Yes.
In what office was the first gentleman appointed by the governor?
The ambassadors of the Asoras ambassador.
As well as ambassador.
Yes.
Is that an office within the Meru County government?
No.
Is it an office that has been established newly by the County Public Service Board?
No.
Then what was that office all about?
It was just an honorary office. Actually, to add something small, Excellency the governor was operating another program called Okolea, and because of our duties as the governor, he decided to have someone who has been close to that program that she has been doing for quite some time, who will not be paid and who will work with her on that program. That's when the first gentleman was named as the Asoras ambassador.
So is it your evidence that this was a community empowerment initiative?
Yes.
Is it unique for first ladies or first gentlemen of any of the counties or even the national government to spearhead or to be appointed in a community empowerment program of their choice?
It's not unique.
Are you aware if any of the other first ladies of Meru have ever been involved in similar initiatives?
Yes, I'm aware.
You're aware. At this point, Chair and committee, allow us play a video contained in a flash disk. The same is marked as KMS6B.
Chair, as the video is being prepared, let us see where the transcription is. The council can show us where the transcription is.
The video is in English, Honorable Member, so there is no need for translation. Thank you.
We are very, very happy today. We have come here to launch the Meru Toesa program. It consists of the following women. The first one is Kawira Mwangaza. She's not here with us. She's the first lady. She's going to be the patron of this group. The second one is Josephine Bayer. The board will be supported by a strong secretariat from the Ministry of Gender and Social Development. The minister is going to identify some of the officers who will be working with you in that board. And the board will be funded by part of the budget which is allocated to the Ministry of Education, Technology, Culture, and Gender and Social Development to enable you to move to all the corners of this county.
Thank you very much. I am sure most of the members of this select committee are aware of the person talking, but for the record, kindly tell us who is in that video and what has he done?
Is the former governor, Meru County, His Excellency Kawira Mwangaza. Well, he was appointing the first lady, Kawira Mwangaza, to a position of patron to Toesa program in Meru County.
In your understanding, is the office for which the first lady was being appointed a public office under the county government?
It is not.
It is not. Is that office, was it ever funded by taxpayers' money?
Yes.
It was?
It was funded.
Has that been confirmed from the video by the governor himself that they will draw their support from the Ministry of, is it Education?
Yes.
Thank you. Was that appointment subsequently forwarded to the County Assembly for vetting?
No.
Are you aware if any of the members of that board were ever vetted by the County Assembly?
I'm not aware.
Are you aware of any complaints, proceedings, or even an attempt to impeach the then governor of Meru for appointing a spouse to that office?
I'm not aware.
You're not aware. Was that appointment ever published to the public subsequently?
Yes, it was. I also saw the Gazette notice of the same.
So in that Gazette notice, the governor is appointing the spouse?
Yes.
Thank you very much. Across the other counties, have you also come across similar initiatives by either first ladies or first gentlemen?
Yes.
Spearheading community empowerment programs of their choice?
Yes.
Can you give an instance of such initiatives that you're aware of? And have you brought any evidence, rather has any evidence of that nature been brought to this committee?
Yes.
Where is that evidence contained?
Evidence from page 31.
All the way to page?
All the way to page number 40.
Number 40.
Yes.
Thank you very much. I am sure you've also come across the accusation that the governor has appointed certain people who either do not qualify or without following procedure into public office.
Yes, I'm aware.
Who were those people that are said to have been appointed by the governor?
There is one Munene Samaritan.
One Monene Samaritan,
There is one Enere Mzungu.
Ende Muzungu,
And there is one Ernest Mutembei.
again, as the chief of staff, are those employees of the county?
No, they are not.
Did you ever seek to confirm their status, the employment status with the county?
Yes, I did.
Can you show this committee where you sought to establish their status?
I wrote letters to the Public Service Board. I wrote, that is in page number 49. I wrote the letter to the Chief Officer, Legal Affairs at the Public Service and Administration, and to the payroll.
All those letters are appearing, following each other from page 49 onwards.
Yes.
And what was the response from the County Public Service Board?
They all responded with the attached letters that those are not employees of the county government of Meru and they are not earning any money or any pay from county government of Meru.
That letter is the one contained at page 52 of our bundle, volume 2.
Yes.
And who is the author of that letter?
The other is the CEO of the Public Service Board by the name Virginia Kawira.
Yesterday, this letter was disputed during cross-examination that indeed Virginia Kawira is not the CEO County Public Service Board. What comment do you have to make to that respect?
My comment is when you get to the office, we got the person who was the county secretary, CEO of Public Service Board. Her term was ending. She did around 2 months, and then thereafter, there is an acting CEO, but on the same strength, the position has been advertised.
That position has been advertised.
Yes.
So Virginia is currently acting,
Yes.
pending a substantial office holder,
Yes.
substantive rather, office holder.
Yes.
Do you have any evidence of that advertisement?
Yes.
Where is it contained? As you try to trace it, we will assist you, but let's proceed for the sake of time. So you confirm that indeed Virginia had the capacity to author that letter.
Yes.
Did you also take any steps to confirm if any of those alleged appointees draw any form of remuneration from the county government of Meru?
Yes, I did.
How did you do that?
By a letter to the payroll manager.
What is the date of the letter and where is it contained? Is it the one under page 53? 53?
Yes.
Is it 53 or 54?
It is page 54.
Page 54.
Yes.
So that is your communication to the payroll master.
Yes.
And what did the payroll master respond to?
Actually, that was the response.
Yes.
That was our response. The payroll master responded by that letter that is in page 54. My letter was copied actually to him by the Chief Officer, Legal Affairs.
Thank you. So you have a response under page 54 confirming that indeed none of those appointees draw any form of remuneration from the Meru County government.
Yes.
Are you also aware if the purported nominees have volunteered to tender any form of evidence in respect to their appointment before this select committee?
Yes, they did.
They did. Is that in the form of the affidavits they have filed before this committee?
Yes.
Thank you. Let's go to the appointment of one Hilary Sunday. Confirm that that is a person working for the county government of Meru.
Yes, he is working.
He's working.
Yes.
When was he appointed and how was he appointed?
He was appointed on 30th of August 2022.
In what position?
The Director of Communications.
The Director of Communications.
Yes.
Before we proceed further, yesterday there was a confusion as to whether his position has now subsequently been advertised. Is that the case?
No.
Which position has been advertised?
The communications officer that are outside the office of the governor.
The communications officer.
Yes.
Is that one and the same office where Hilary Sunday currently occupies?
No, it's a different office.
Is it true that, in fact, Hilary Sunday would be the overseer of the person, the officer who's being sought to be recruited?
Yes.
Thank you. So you were telling us that indeed Hilary Sunday was appointed?
Yes, he was appointed.
Yes.
Yeah.
How was he appointed? What was the criteria and procedure for his appointment?
The criteria was as directed by a circular that governor was given from Intergovernmental Technical Committee on how to fill the staff that are in office of the governor. That is the chief of staff, the cooks, the drivers, the secretary, the personal assistants, all those. And the directives were very clear. The governor identifies the name, forwards that name to the Public Service Board for confirmation of appointment. And what governor did, through myself, did a letter to the Public Service Board forwarding the name of Hilary Sunday, and it was confirmed.
You said that that request to the County Public Service Board was done through your office.
Yes.